Alright, so you've probably already guessed it by now, but yep, my predictions were right. Just a few hours ago, we officially got the announcement for the next update, and let me tell you, it's happening soon. In about 4 days, or maybe even less depending on when you're watching this video. So, as you probably already guessed from the title, the upcoming update is going to be a special event focused on one of the most loved and detailed styles in the game, Nagi. Now, I know a lot of you are probably excited about this news, especially since we're getting a MacNagi event. If you've played events like this before, you already know how this works. Usually, these events come with a lot of free lucky spins, and that's a big reason why people are so pumped. Who doesn't love getting a shot at pulling new characters or the main skin as the big prize? But before I get too into it, let me just say this. I'm sure a lot of you have already seen how the Easter Kaiser event played out, and I expect this McNagi event to follow a similar pattern. The packs will probably be available through Robux or, like last time, by scoring 10 goals. Every 10 goals you score gives you one pack, and there's a very small chance that McNagi will drop. So yeah, while the chances are slim, the excitement is real, right? Now, one thing we all remember about Easter Kaiser was that the skin was limited. Only about 2,000 skins were available, and after that, no one else could get it. And believe it or not, those skins were all snapped up in just 2 or 3 days, even though the event lasted a week. So yeah, if they do the same thing with McNagi, expect that skin to be incredibly rare. But let's be real, the real excitement for this event is seeing McNagi drop, and of course having a ton of lucky spins along the way. But besides the McNagi skin, I'm sure a lot of us are wondering about that chemical reaction between Nagi and Reo. The devs haven't confirmed it just yet, but it's so logical that I think it's pretty much a given. And even if it doesn't come in this event, we're definitely going to get it eventually, possibly right after McNagi. The devs have been keeping things a bit mysterious, but I think we're in for a treat either way. Before we get into all the exciting stuff though, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm aiming for 50,000 subscribers by the end of October, and with your help, I know we can hit that goal. Thank you so much, and let's get into all the details. So, let's start with the chemical reaction between Nagi and Reo, because honestly, that's the most exciting part for me. I really think we're going to see this happen in the McNagi event, and even if it doesn't, don't worry, it's coming soon after, I'm sure of it. For those who aren't familiar with how chemical reactions work, let me give you a quick rundown. If you remember the chemical reaction between Isagi and Hiori, it works by having one player make a pass, and the other player follows up with a shot. It's a simple concept, but it's so much fun when it actually happens in the game. For Nagi and Reo, here's how I imagine it will go. After Reo performs his defense mode dribble, he'll use the pass button to trigger the cutscene chain. Then Nagi will hit the shot button, and boom! We're off to the races with that sweet chemical reaction animation. Now, this is important. For the chemical reaction to trigger, you'll need both the NEL versions of Nagi and Reo. Just like with the Isagi-Hiori chemical reaction, it won't work if you use the regular versions of these characters. So, to make this combo work, you'll need to have both Nagi and Reo in your team. Once that's all set up, Reo will pass to Nagi after his dribble, and Nagi will hit that clean shot to trigger the cutscene. Just like all the other cutscenes in the game, this shot will be powerful. We're talking about shots on par with awakening shots, and we all know how strong those are. There's going to be a cooldown after each chemical reaction shot, probably somewhere around 50 seconds. So, depending on how much time you have left in the match, you could use it 3 or maybe 4 times. If the game goes into extra time, you might even get 1 or 2 more uses. Now, let's talk about the cutscene itself. There are a few iconic moments in the manga and anime that could make for a killer cutscene in the game. Personally, I think the most fitting moment would be when Reo says, "Your dream is this way, isn't it?" and passes the ball to Nagi, who responds with a confident, "Yes, boss." That's such a memorable moment, and I think it would make an amazing cutscene for the game. Of course, there are other options like a scene from the manga, but I think this one has the most potential to fit the game's style. It's both iconic and perfectly in line with their personalities. But hey, I'm sure the devs have some creative ideas, so we'll see which direction they go. Alright, now let's dig into the specifics of the McNagi event. I've already touched on some of this, but I know there are still a lot of questions in the comments, so let's clear everything up. If you played during the Easter Kaiser event, you probably know how this works. The McNagi event will probably be structured in a similar way, with two types of packs. One you earn by scoring 10 goals, and the other you can buy using Robux. So, for those who want to maximize their chances of getting McNagi, you'll have the option to buy premium packs. But just like before, getting McNagi from the free packs will be a very slim chance. So, be prepared for that. Now the big question, will the McNagi skin be limited like Easter Kaiser was? I'm honestly hoping not, because if it is, it'll turn into a pay-to-get situation. And I think we all know how frustrating that can be. But if the skin is rare, that's one thing. I'm okay with that. I just don't want it to be limited again. If the skin is rare but not limited, that would give players a chance to grab it without making it feel like you have to spend a ton of Robux. Another thing we're likely to see during the event is new accessories, new emotes, and possibly even a new game mode. There's been some talk about a burger versus fries mode, which could be pretty fun. If they go ahead with it, I think it'll probably be something similar to the old Goal Rush mode, where 3 teams compete against each other. It's a good way to keep the event fresh and exciting, and I'm all for it. Oh, and here's something interesting. Miro, the dev, recently asked the community in the official Discord about bringing back the old lobby. And guess what? 77% of people agreed with the idea, so it looks like we're going to be seeing the return of the old lobby soon, or at least something similar to it. There's even a chance that we'll get a new lobby, but with the same functionality as the old one. Personally, I think this is a great move, especially since a lot of players have expressed their love for the original lobby. It gave the game a lot of character, and if they manage to bring it back with some updates, I think it'll definitely add some nostalgia and charm to the game. Also, there was another poll asking players, which do you want more? And the options were things like Masterclass Style, Noel Noah. By the way, I'll probably do a video on that soon, so stay tuned for that. It looks like the next Masterclass character might be Noel Noah, which is exciting. Another option was Rework, Refresh Old Styles in Ranked 2 vs 2/3 vs 3. But guess what? The most votes went to Chemical Reactions Rework plus More. It's such a fascinating option, and it shows how much people are excited for more chemical reactions and updates to that feature. I'm really curious to see what the devs have planned with that, especially with all the potential for more combinations between characters. It's going to make the game feel even more dynamic. Now, another big change coming soon. Hiori is finally getting a huge improvement. The devs are removing his domain move and bringing back his old ice dribble. Hiori is going to be moved to rare rarity, which I think is a pretty deserved change. I'm honestly excited about this, especially since the old ice dribble was such a clean move. It might have been simple, but there was something really satisfying about it, and I'm glad they're bringing it back. Honestly, Hiori feels like he's been in need of a rework for a while now, so this feels like a step in the right direction. Plus, I think moving him to rare rarity makes sense. It gives him the right balance, and it will make his moves feel a bit more consistent with the other rare characters, like regular Isagi, Igaguri, and Chigiri. So that's the lowdown on all the exciting stuff coming to Blue Lock Rivals. We've got the MacNagi event with those crazy low chances of getting the skin, the possible return of the old lobby, the chemical reactions rework, and a lot of changes happening with characters like Hiori. Honestly, I'm pumped about all of it. There's so much to look forward to, and if you've been playing Blue Lock Rivals, you know that the updates just keep getting better and better. But what do you think? Are you excited for the MacNagi event? Do you think it's going to be as fun as the Easter Kaiser event? Or do you think there's going to be something new and exciting in store? How do you feel about the possible return of the old lobby? And how would you like it to look? Also, I'm super curious about your thoughts on the Hiori changes. Do you think moving him to rare and giving him the old ice dribble is the right move? And of course, what about the upcoming chemical reactions between Nagi and Reo? Do you think that will change the game in a big way? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you never miss out on any updates. I've got tons of content coming your way, and you're not going to want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep grinding, stay awesome, and let's see what happens next in Blue Lock Rivals.